executes on the back of what they're doing. Still, some teams, you know, I've even seen floating about toying with the idea of still changing over that from that fade, you know, but they did really immediately get rid of it because on paper this lineup works for combos, info, nades, seizing, like stalling, like a lot of it, right?
For sure. So here we go, low bracket match between Kittens and Z11. Is it going to be these tested veterans that we've seen a lot of, even multiple players who have been in Ascension already, or even in Pacific franchising for Crazy Guy, to be fair? Or is it going to be this young upstart Thai team that will knock them out of Split 1 and make a little bit of a name for themselves, as they already have in the group stage? Contact approach in towards Hookah here for Kittens, looking to clear that trap. Applying pressure to the map. KO's on his way over. You're holding the grav net there as the thrown in. So baiting out a lot of utility. There's a TP. 4 kills in the blink of an eye, and we end up in a 3-on-3.
Yeah, Vera somehow able to get 2 away from that one. You can definitely see the idea of what they wanted to go for with a big bait trap play. Even had the arc rows available for Bass Bay, but the settle down now and the immediate space gathering from Z11 back out through Hookah now.
Yeah, Fonta's in the key position, holding on in U-Haul for this double flank to come in. Trip is still up though, as Jar is still alive. He has a cage to play with. He's still got some satchels as well. Smoke to disrupt. They've spotted out the Brim backside, and he's just going to fall away and play for the retake. Wait for the double flank to get involved in the round.
Well, still got to be a little bit careful though. Not going to clear all of the corners as the plant does start to go down. And you got to be risky with this one. Fonta's taken down. Eventually, you're going to have to destroy this trap wire as well. But you're really just waiting on the time for Hardora to get this flank on out. And he's going to get caught with a knife out. No, Jar actually caught sleeping a little bit at the wheel. As we got 2 disconnected duels. It looks like the hunt is certainly on. A little bit uncharacteristic from Jar.
1 enemy
2 versus 2. Sharp one out from Vera.
Yeah, it's a good shot. Hardora, all on his lonesome. It's a 180 crossfire between Baths and U-Haul, and it's the easiest kill of Vera's life. A 4K in the pistol, as well as a plant or an orb. 5 towards a showstopper. So already looking at a very quick result timing for Vera early on in this game. We'll be looking to try to hunt some anti-ecos, maybe get some orbs and try to cause a little bit of an upset in the bonus. And that is why you see these combo kind of style comps coming out of Bind at the moment. Like, there's so many strongs that you can do with GravNet, Nade, Seize Nade. Like, this is really the flavor of the month, and the reason why we saw on the agent pick graphic Raise on Bind is a must.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that Kittens were able to just get a double trade in that environment there as well, right? You see all too often the rounds just kind of be done when you get that combination coming out from the Flood TP. And then able to close out the round is really good for them as well. A bit of a re-aggression from Bass Babe, ill-advised.
Clearing out Hookah. First kill of Wayne. Sky Smoke going to block off Hookah for the time being. Z11 not quite sure what the intentions of Kittens are. They haven't gathered any info. Hardora going to try to cut the corner with the classic. Catches Vera off guard a little bit, but can't clean up his food, unfortunately. So that's another one towards the showstopper, and another aggression punished as well. This is going great for Vera. 1 off the showstopper. Definitely wants to get another kill or a plant or die here, and make sure that he has that showstopper going into round 3. Try and cause an upset in the bonus. Yeah, they're even going to juggle in the spike. This is really nice macro play and ult management.
100%. See what damage Endo can do here at the moment. See if he can even steal away a gun or just really play some damage to the economy to make things easier into the bonus. Though, as we can see, the showstopper is definitely going to be a great piece of kit for the Kittens for that bonus. Now with Endois getting spotted on out, he is going to be dead to rights, and it's all on the Fontas at this point. Do you really just want to give another ulti orb over to the Kittens? Probably not. Just wait to see him go up with the spike.
Yeah, they're going to respect it. Great little anti-eco there for Kittens. Like I said, getting the showstopper online. Jar even upgrades his ghost to a sheriff, so going to have a little bit more punching power. Courtesy of Enders flying that one up for him. In towards round number 3 here. So very important. Kittens with the Raise ult. The nice set plays that you can do, especially with this comp going into this round with the Raise ult. They played a little bit slower, already conditioned Hookah in the early couple of rounds. And Z11, they have to be aware of this Raise ult. They have to be aware of the different plays that Kittens can throw at them and play around them as well as they possibly can. They put a lot of Sentinel util over towards that B side of the map. And it does look like They might angle for the bathrooms control or a pocket setup. Yeah, they're going to go and take baths here early on.
I mean, the lack of kills as well from Z11 in those previous 2 rounds. You got 3 players playing on the light shields here too, so it gives a little bit more potency to the likes of Crazy Guy with Bulldog and Byron with the Guardian.
This B site looking like an absolute nightmare to be attacking into. The same tendency here for Kimmy Kittens, using that Dizzy to try and clear out Hookah. They're aware that it is a double backside setup at this point. Not really much contest in towards Hookah. They haven't seen anything on the long cam either.
Yeah.
Sensor down.
More utility to come on out, and it doesn't really matter that the util gets destroyed because it's the showers creep up at the moment that I'm keeping my eyes on for Z11. Jar is just waiting outside, and it's going to be an exchange over there, actually.
Yeah, good job pushing out the lurker. Brim spotted out. They know that there's 2-way, and by process of elimination that both Sentinels are on this B side of the map. Showstopper being held. Kimmy's Kittens just organizing themselves for the Hookah burst. Bassbabe has got his work cut out for him here, Dion.
0 Point is available for Styron too, but there's going to be the showstopper to lead the way. 0 Point goes on in the tube, spotted and downed.
He's slight take. There is a wingman plant open. Z11 with the gun advantage could still make this one work.
Yeah, but Vera close quarters with the Spectre. It is an optimal situation for him. Good damage at the end of it to bring it into this 3 versus 3. You got some more re-aggression from the Kimmy Kittens over through elbow. I don't mind this at the moment. Again, time is kind of on their side to just wait for these extremity pushes at the moment. Low player in hard Dora down. Dizzy on out. It's going to goo them up right now, and it just becomes a little bit more difficult with that incendiary being thrown on in. That's 8 seconds that you got to just wait for at the moment as Fontes tries to come on up, finds Crazy Guy. Do they know exactly where Styron was? I don't think they actually did until he threw out that flash there, but now Kelsey down for the count 2, and that is a bonus conversion over to the side of Kimmy Kittens.
Yeah, really, really well worked around. Patient stuff from Kimmy's Kittens, recognizing exactly what setup Z11 was playing. Jargo's 1-for-1 outside of bathrooms. They spot the Brim out. They know it's 2-2. They know the Senti util is on that B side of the map, and they do their due diligence clearing it. Nice little paint shells to the front side of Hookah. It's that showstopper as the tip of the spear and hold off enough utility to be able to close out the post plan in the mid to late rounds. So on the attacking side, a bind here against the double Senti comp. This is exactly how you want to start the attacking side of your map pick.
And they're pretty much going in towards these, you know, destroying the utility over and towards Hookah. You kind of condition your opponents as well, which is what I'm kind of wondering as well. How often or how long will Z11 continue to just keep the double Sentis over at B?
Yeah, and I'm also wondering, like, when is Z11 going to get into this game, you know? Haven't really been all that competitive just yet. Creep up towards Garden side from the majority of Kimmy Kittens. It's a double Hookah setup from Z11. They trigger out the shear. Z11 either have to fall back into the site and respect that, or push out on Hookah. And you can see that Wayne is well aware of that. He's playing all the way back. Nice little bathrooms pressure from Jar. Kimmy's Kittens are not in the rush to be doing much of anything just yet.
I love the little macro as well from Vera there. Baiting out the shear wall and then satcheling off the sonic sensor. So whilst that sonic sensor was still up, Hardora and Bassbabe focused on Hookah. They knew that the hit wasn't coming down just yet, but now that it does, all 3 Brim smokes invested. Wingman in for the plant.
Yeah, they take all of front side sight. Hardora trying to play inside of the smokes. Vera and Jar cleaning up the rest of his team. Both Sentinels still alive to start things off, but there's so many players behind at this point.
Can you get any more? TP eventually going to come on out. Kelsey still nowhere near the action whatsoever. Hello, hang on a second, Bassbabe. I don't know how he's managed to find Jar in the mix in that one, but this is now a player advantage over the side of Z11. Styron to bring it on back. It doesn't matter that the Haunt reveal comes out because you got to wait for Wayne. He still does have the incendiary, but it's the Vandal shots to come on through. And again, it gets a little bit tight there for the Kittens, but they hold forward.
Yeah, they've had a good start to this game, so their economy can definitely recover from that. Z11, though, kind of sleeping giants so far in this series. Some really nice shot on the Sheriffs, showing us exactly what they're capable of mechanically. It's going to get the Deadlock access to his ult going into round number 5 here. Getting close to a lot of ults for both of these teams. Kimmy's Kittens, after a lot of slower rounds towards B, defaulty kind of B control into executes, they're going to start working the A side of the map now and leave Jar on the lurk.
Wanting to see how hard Dora is going to use this Annihilation. Bassbabe as well, one away from the Steel Garden. Definitely items that you kind of look towards in these sort of rounds.
She is spotted out there. Bass Babe looking to contest. Both senties moved over here. Oh, they've just caught him completely off guard. The shear didn't trigger there.
No, 0 point popped him earlier, so it was false utility that they could just waltz on through. Perfect timing, perfect calls from the Kittens, just recognizing what utility was used, and now they're trying to just find Hardora. You cannot use your Annihilation in a situation like this, but in through the mollies. Caught looking the wrong way. Plans on in. An eventual flank can come through from Endless. It'll give him a showstopper if he's able to find one kill, but really, take is a little bit split for Z11. That is a really sharp shot to come out from Vera. And while Sponsors finds one, it's immediately traded on out, and Endless can't get anything done either. So it's another rifle round shut down.
Yeah, huge KO knife completely catches Bass Babe off guard. They move the double senti over towards the A side of the map. Wanted to try to catch Kimmy's Kittens off. Kind of reading the fact that they've been doing a lot of B pressure early on. You know, you could tell they wanted to get the senti set up over towards the A side. You know, they kind of mix in the A-hole there from the Sentinels in the right round, but the execution just wasn't quite correct, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And Kimmy's Kittens now running circles around them. Vera's having a hell of a game. Another showstop online in 6 rounds.
Well, there is a showstopper for Endoist at the moment. They have gathered a lot of this forward control for some info, but it's kind of nothing. 2 trap wires set up for it. Oh.
Jar cut off. Pre-pumping towards Garden again. Seen this a couple of times. In comes the execute with the same smoke. Seems to be the go-to for Kimmy's Kittens. Trying to take control of Elbow. Trying to get that nice open plant and set themselves up in a post plant that Z11 can't break in. It's got to again be Sheriffs and a couple of rifles. Annihilation is here. Going to smoke off the backside of Elbow, but get banged through the smoke regardless on the retake. Now a man down for Z11.
How hungry are you going to be as Hardora to rip that Annihilation to go into this? Man down. They know that Hookah hasn't been spotted out just yet, Kimmy Kittens, so they're just keeping their eyes on it. They're not going too far forward to clear it itself. And very is
eye on out the ults.
Yeah, well, it's eyes on the prize at the moment for them. Ults going in. Mosh on in. Bonchers gets it to half at least, which actually makes things a little bit more doable right now. Incendiary down, Incendiary down. He's got enough HP. He's got the defuse. Wait, no, just not. That had to have been a millisecond.
He got it.
No, he got it. Okay, yeah, never mind.
He got it. Little bit of HUD delay. Heard the thrifty as well, so I was a little bit confused, but yeah, confirmed.
I need this.
And that's Kimmy's Kittens, a little bit greedy with holding those ults. And Z11 just taking advantage of that timing, right? The Brim Molly did not quite get it done. The Gecko Molly did not quite buy long enough to stop the half from coming in. So Z11 feeling a way around that they didn't really have much business winning, and they're going to take attack timeout off the back of that. They're going to try to use that momentum, that upset, to get themselves back into this game. Those kind of round wins with a lot of confidence on the side of Z11. The good news for them is they have got some ults going now, as do Kimmy's Kittens though. They didn't use the ults in the post plant there. They will punish for it, but they'll definitely have them going into this next gun round. It's orbital showstopper, so a lot to consider. You can see a lot being said in the coach cam there, just because these kind of rounds are an absolute earful. At this point, you got to think about how you want to mix in your own ults. You got to think about what Kimmy's Kittens are going to do. Are they going to do an exec with the ult combo, play another slower kind of default? Because they've played pretty slow so far.
Yeah, Vade's certainly getting in a lot of words at the moment. And why wouldn't you, right? You presume that the timeout would have already been called before they actually won that round, knowing that they'd be going into their next gun round with all of these ultimates as well. So there definitely has to be a strategy for them come this round, which, to be honest with you, there's definitely a world where you can see like 9 or 8 out of these 9 ults ripped.
It's going to be a messy round. KO knife dodge this time by Bass Babe. He's learnt from his earlier mistake. Grim trying to hold off on backside. Push through the middle of the map. Z11 being active in this round as it shows it does catch the Vice on backside. There's the Gecko ult connecting with the Brim as well. The paint shells finish him off.
That's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. But are they going to be ready for this quick flank at the moment? Endoist, okay. Getting cheeky with it, jumping over the trap, but the aim, oh lord. Certainly didn't want to see that one. Makes the play, then crumbles in his hand, and with Kelsey losing his life as well, it's all onto Hardora, and I don't really think you're going to be getting a 1 versus 5 in this one.
It's crushing. Just way too much momentum from Kimmy's Kittens right now. It catches him. Oh, insult to injury. A flawless round post-tack timeout. Kimmy's Kittens comboing their ults absolutely beautifully to kick off that A execute. And it just feels like no matter what Z11 do, nothing works for them.
Yeah, I mean, you can start to see a little bit why Bind has been a strong map recently for the Kimmy Kittens. What is it, 100% that they've been going in towards, as you mentioned, the close one against the Mongols, but RRQ Academy, Full Sense, Zipto, like these aren't pushover teams. They have a lot of weight to the players in the server when it happens, and they're getting very clean results. So Bind is certainly a comfortable playground for the Kimmy Kittens.
Sure. Z11 on the side of them, I mean, that's not even that uncommon of an execute out of Kimmy's Kittens, you know? Backside smokes with a showstopper or a gecko is pretty much standard par fare for attack side bind. So they did not come up with a good enough plan to be holding that. Crazy guy ripping apart Hookah again. The utility not even really needed as all of the aim duels are being won by Kimmy's Kittens here. Z11 just cannot get any damage done. Yeah. Wooden spoon prize for Fontas. He's going to get himself a Vandal, but it's going to be another round for the attack regardless.
Jar's been pretty sensational about always finding at least one kill on these lurks, and it's kind of always been in the same position as well. Either up through short or over through showers. Vera's going to find Fontas at the end. It's almost a flawless, you'd call it, in that round for Kimmy Kittens. 4 alive. Again, their economy is not getting touched for this half whatsoever. Gun rounds upon gun rounds, Philly.
Yeah, they've been maxing the ult economy as well. Styron given the plant there to make sure that he'd have the KO online going into this round. KO can be very strong against this double Senti combo. You've already seen the knife be effective, catching the Sentis, catching the Vice off guard, but, you know, kick off a side exi and pop that KO ult, and all of a sudden all of that Sentinel is not really going to do you too many favors.
5 sets to shields as well for Z11, but more importantly, 5 ultimates. Are they gonna be incentivized to rip any of them in the showers at the moment? Surely, right?
You gotta use something at this point. Yeah, at this round. Fading out the trap play here. It's so much thrown and played around perfectly by Kimmy's Kittens. Sees Orbital and a showstopper, and it doesn't hit Kimmy's Kittens for any more than 13 damage on Vera's armor. They're playing a perfect attack side right now.
Absolutely crazy on that one, and they know with the 3 players that are here, if you just isolate them off with the smoke walls, you have a minute on the clock still to play for as well. You don't necessarily need to force the plant, but you can force rotations to make the B site a little bit weaker, and that's exactly what they've done at the moment. It's only Hard Dora. Arcro's in, not spotting anything, but they do remove all of Hard Dora's utility, though they just can't get in this stall.
No, they can't. The Vice was out of range of the KO ult. So the Vice utility does go off. It does keep Kimmy's Kittens back for the time being. There's the Orbital to get them into the site. Hardora's going to hit the floor, and out comes the plant from the wingman. Still guarding in response. Fast Babe trying to hold on for long enough, but the plant's going to go down regardless.
There's not a lot of utility for the Kittens to play with, though, in this post plant, so everybody has to stay a little bit closer to the site. A tap on for the defuse. They could technically start to stick it if they wanted to, but Crazy Guy looking after this one from Hookah. Out through long at the moment, swinging together in tandem, but they can't quite navigate these shots at the moment. They line up a little bit for Jar at the moment. It's only down to Killsey, and they managed to hold it again. Kimmy Kittens, when you think that they might actually be out of a round with the util that they dodged at the beginning, Pilski, that then rained down on them again at the end, they still gather the round.
It's just the fundamentals. It's a good old-fashioned crossfire. After all of the util's been dumped in the early to mid-round, they just throw down the wingman, get that nice open plant, and just play that ping-pong setup between Garden and Hookah. And Z11 not able to win enough of those duels. Just really haven't turned up to this game at all. Back down onto another half bite. A lot of ults invested from both teams in that round, but the result is the same.
Right there.
Well, it's back to Old Faithful for Z11. The Sentis at B, a bit of showers progression and Spotto from Fontas. See if anything happens up towards short.
Yeah, B long default this time instead of the Hookah control. All taken for Vera. Wants to get his 3rd or 4th showstopper in one half online. Bro is 15 and 3 right now. I think I'm going to put those little side monitor guards up after this. Seems to be working for him. I've had them in the box for like 2 years now. I'm busting them out straight away.
Full focus. Full switched on. That's what the showers need to be right now for Z11 as well, because they're starting to piece together a little bit of info that nothing's coming up the race short. Nothing's gone through showers. Jar, again, is just really holding his little lurk here.
Barrier thrown out. stall for a minute, but it gets dropped in front of 3 players, so the wall gets back. It's nothing. Big rotation in here from Z11. It's the same execution. Annihilation is going to hit Vera. A lot of problems here for Kimmy's Kittens this time around. Going to try to break the Annihilation, and Vera does survive for now.
Oh, that could have been awkward. Still in the grab net now. Jar's lurk. He's called it for the team to go for the TP. This incendiary is actually huge. You can't get through that as Wayne down at 8 HP. He's just bullied right on through that. Styron kind of had to because of how low the time is as well. So they will get the plants. And in a player advantage now.
Still winnable. Endoist, one of the higher rated players in this league. Wanted to see him pop off with the Guardian, but with Bassbabe going down, it's a bit more of a one-dimensional approach, a 1v3 where he's really not being given very many angles. Peek out from Wayne, and it's immediate contact off of that from Vera deep on short. This is a very switched on Kimmy's Kittens.
Yeah,
9-1.
The difference if Wayne goes down in that incendiary and Styron has to go for a fight through it as well, though. Like, there's a little bit of luck that you might add on to that, but still, the right ingredients for a good tasting dish at the end of it for Kimmy Kittens. 9-1. Another timeout forced by Z11 now.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't really feel like there's very much you can do at this point. Like, you're trying to scrape together the last 2 rounds of the half. You're getting the ults back in for Kimmy's Kittens any moment here. One off the showstopper. So I think for Z11, you're probably thinking a little bit about orb control, but this is a pretty demoralizing half to be going up against. Really thinking about where is Vera going to be getting his ult. I think they need to play a little bit, I don't know, they either need to play further back and play around this B execute variation a little bit better that Kimmy's Kittens has shown them multiple times, or they need to fight in the chokes way more than they are. Like, they are fighting forward in shower, which is the difference, but over on Hookah's side, they don't, or like Garden, for example, they don't really contest, and I know they don't have the best of comps for it, but you'd love to see, like, an Arc Rose be long Season 8 or something like that, or like inside a Hookah, you have like some kind of little bait set up. Like, you cannot just keep letting Kimmy's Kittens work the middle of the map so easily and not really interact with that, because it's very clear that you cannot hold the sides right now.
Well, once again, it is going to be the 2 Sentis over towards B, and they are falling back like you're mentioning, but it's very copy-paste from what we've seen before. Same utility, same showers info.
Yeah, there's nothing different that Kimmy Kittens really needs to do. They're going to trigger out the Shear for free as well. That got absolutely 0 value. It was basically just an info tool, and that's why you usually see the Shear over towards like B long on the Garden side, for example, and then you're popping the Arc Rose and flooding in with like the Fade or the Raise util on the rotation. Like, I really just feel like, especially against the kind of setups that Kimmy's Kittens, or the kind of executes that Kimmy's Kittens have been throwing, that's what you want to be going for. There's a second cycle of the Dizzy that gets the B long control and the ult for Vera. Bro hasn't even upgraded his armor. He's so confident.
Well, they're starting to scale in towards the side at the moment. We can see that Arc Rose is up on the wall.
They just break everything for free.
Yeah.
And even with the Prowler outside of Bathroom, there's no extra rotation from Z11. Like, they're just trusting the double Sensi to hold the side. There's the big TP over towards Bathroom's side, and it's a fake. Is it? Are they going to go short?
They haven't seen any pushes up through short yet with the Cypher utility of Jar. But you can already see that Hardora has rotated to this A side. 20 seconds to go. Are they going to call the TP or just send Wingman into plan? Oh, that's a little bit awkward. But Vera, Styron, and Wayne all getting a piece of the pie. And then they call for the TP. Bassbabe is still over here. A TP. That's the spike. 10 seconds to go for the duel. The awkward spray. Styron, 5 seconds. Does he know where Bassbabe is?
No way.
How does he win that? You have to win that as Bassbabe.
They can't lose. That was so much overcooked, Dion. I've never seen a more overcooked round, but it just doesn't matter. Nothing that they can do will fail Kimmy's Kittens. They've got the Midas touch this game. Everything turns to gold, and for Z11, I mean, this is just a go next angle, unfortunately. Like, sometimes it's easier to swallow these quick losses than just kick it off on your map peak, because this is just not going well on Bind.
Bassbabe didn't even need to go for the duel. He would have default won if he just tucked in towards Garden.
You got to trust yourself. Doesn't work out for him. Kimmy's Kittens, a bit more of a straightforward approach this time, though. Dion, going to be just that A execute. It is going to be mid-sight smokes as well. In goes like the 15th showstopper for this half for Vera.
And they've already found a big opening in towards showers, but they have slipped through. Kill C, and for one, the showstopper misses. Okay, maybe, just maybe, we start to cook with gas a little bit in this round, but the plant is down, and it's going to be a bit of a mighty marathon for Z11 to get back over here.
Yeah, Neural Theft revealing all of the positions. Styron wins that duel on Kill C. Out comes Hardora from bathroom side. They know exactly where these last two players are. You've got the KO ult, you've got one off of Crazy Guy's ult as well. So no abilities are going to be able to be used here for Z11, and you're right, cycling out the mollies. The Brim molly is still there, the KO molly. There's just no way they're going to get this off.
And this time already, they had the lineup for the incendiary a little bit earlier. Now the fragment goes on in, so yeah, they know where Styron is. He's going to be felled in the end, but is there even any time for Crazy Guy right now? He doesn't need to do anything. There's no time for the defuse. They sorted it out nicely. 11-1 Pilsky, that is damaging.
What an attacking half from Kimmy's Kittens. Like, that was picturesque. Honestly, especially going into this comp that Z11 are running. Like, it's not an easy comp to attack into, guys, but it just really felt like their execute variations, like that elbow take on B was fantastic. Alright guys, welcome back. 11-1. Your eyes do not deceive you. I did not think this was going to be as one-sided of a game as it is, but Kimmy's Kittens are playing phenomenally today, Dion.
Absolutely. Crazy Guy's just sitting in the backpack, having a good old fun time, setting them all up, playing for the posts as well. But now they switch things. Are we actually going to have any depth in this map?
Maybe. A little tickle from Vera. Paint Shell's going to stop Z11 from scaling up short, but they want to make their way into the site one way or another. You do have the Cypher Troop over here. Sky Smoke thrown in from the other side of the map just to be able to slow this down even further.
Well, the boss through the smoke. Good grab net. And Vera, well, he can't pull it out. I mean, he does, but he dies. A trade in the end. Lots of damage done to the Z11 members, and a good spot of info from Jar on this camera. Still, eyes on the prize, knowing that Killsy is flanking a little bit later in towards the showers, and now with the TP coming on out, Wayne doesn't necessarily need to force a duel here.
Yep, just sitting in garden side, playing the crossfire. Styron can flash up over the top, but they're not really aware that garden is a possibility here. Wayne is really buying his time. Big trigger discipline does allow the plant to come in, but he's taken two with him. Hardora, it's a winnable 1-on-2 from elbow.
Yeah, reposition for him as well. Doesn't shoot Jar, so does manage to sneak on by. Does have to be some pretty sharp shots for him at the moment. Crazy Guy does have a wingman as well. Will you put that on the spike, or will you put that towards a location for some info spotting? You don't necessarily need to now that you've secured where exactly he is. To swing on out, Jar gets bested. Wingman on for the defuse, and Hardora can't get the double. So with the pistol to Kimmy Kittens,
wingman for the win.
It becomes a little bit more difficult for Z11 to get around here.
Yeah. I think they're going to force this round, Dion.
Keep doing what
I just have a feeling.
we got it.
I'm a bit of a savant when it comes to the economy predictions, but something tells me they are going to get a force here. Kimmy's Kittens will be well aware of that. And there are only so many strats you can kind of run with this, you know, mishmash buy. Yeah, see what they put together here. You actually do a mix of weapons, and overall it is going to look like a bit of a slower round if they are going much more heavily into sheriffs and guardians, things like that. So you're not going to get any crazy rushes, I don't think, even though it is a 4-1 to start things off over towards Hookah. Wayne with the Judge, bro. That is looking scary.
Judge versus Bucky. See which one is going to reign supreme. The only thing is the Bucky has a lot of boys in tow, and I'll think better of it at the moment for now.
They're taking their time. Arkrose looking for some info. Bass Babe throwing that one out in towards Hookah. Styron top site. Waiting for contact with the Guardian. Is going to be one of these longer range duels with the one-tap weapons.
We'll wait and see if anything is going to be found for him. Baited out by the Prowler. Luckily enough, able to dodge anything out from long. And a good 0 point actually revealing 3. Does that stall them from coming in or not? The Judge finally going to sing a little bit. And yeah, things look a little more difficult for Z11 now. Fontas, Endoist. See if you can find any kills here to pad towards some pretty abysmal stats, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a tanker for the old VLR rating. Over on the stats page here for Challenges SEA, I was taking a look at it, man. Some of these guys on Z11 from the group stage have been farming. Endoist is right up there, but he's not going to get anything done there. All on Fontas. He's been walking around, with his tail in between his legs, trying to make anything happen. But it's Kimmy's Kittens who are the main characters and the protagonists here on Bind. 13-1. The veterans show exactly why this is such a quality roster in the opening game here of the lower bracket final. This kind of reminds me of what Nongshim has been playing on this map, where they have slowly iterated over time and they put the Astra in for the Viper and kept the Neon. So this is like the new Nongshim comp.
It is the new Nongshim comp, as well as the comp that JDG have been running with not as much success. So I'm interested to see, again, you know, when you've got these teams, what are they picking from different franchise teams? You know, some teams like to do what the EMEA is doing, what America's doing. I've seen a lot of teams here try to emulate and pick apart what China was doing, but they did steer away from that now coming towards the later stages of this one, of this playoff.
Alrighty, well, Z11, let's see what they've got. It's only up from here, let's be honest, based on how the last map went. They're going to have to be self-starters on this attacking side. A main control coming out here for Kimmy's Kittens, getting the read that there is at least one player present on front B. Star gets placed in response, but most of the map pressure is over on this C side of the map. Fonters and Endoist combining to take that orb. There's the progression, smoke coming out of the Omen. And they will kind of prod and see if they can bail out this shit.
Oh, just playing on the under of the smoke. Jar gets a bit of information. Doesn't mean that there's no one that's actually crossed in towards the site at the moment. If B is going to be an eventual hit, you got to get rid of these thorns that are at the front of the site.
You can see Z11 really prodding front C and front B against this Vice, looking for the wall. Yeah. Haven't been able to find it. Here's the pivot. Straight back over towards this A side of the map, behind the orb thrown up by Bass Babe. He hasn't cycled his gas very well there, though, and as a result, Wayne will get the jump spot. So that's great info for Kimmy's Kittens. Fade can start leaning over. They are still keeping 2 on C, but now starting to tread the rotation over from the Astra.
30 seconds left.
Wall is up and A rotate door is open.
There.
Flash on in to confirm that nothing is there, but with 20 seconds to go right now, are you going to just try and bully your way through Breakable or in towards the side? Vera still with the relay bolt, and Flash to assist him here at the moment. Crazy Guy to open things up, but there's just no time. You have to bully your way in towards the site, and you just can't even get in at the moment. Crazy Guy from stairs, good for 1. Vera can assist with Wayne, and they're just going to flood on towards it. There's 4 remaining at the end from the Kittens.
I mean, I love these up-and-coming teams in Challengers C, and I was singing the praises of RRQ Academy when they were playing Haven the other night, and I was thinking, this is a better-looking Haven than some of the teams in Pacific, but this is just not... Yeah, RRQ Academy, but...
Chobra getting too much to you?
Yeah, maybe, but the Z11, this has not been it today. Like, that was a very poorly played pistol round. I mean, I like the fact that they're baiting out the Vice wall, but the Viper doesn't cycle the gas well enough at all. Allows the jump spot to come out from Kimmy's Kittens. They're running the timer down to 20 seconds into Omen Neon, who both have their reactive util online and just basically running themselves out of time. They really need to wake up very fast here, or they're going to be going out of Challenger C. And it really feels like there's a bit of choke coming in right now for Z11.
I wonder how much of a priority they're going to be putting on trying to find this sheer wall time and time again as well, right? You know that a player like Styron is just going to have different game plans on where he wants to be placing that one.
Yeah, but you're playing double dive. Like, you can get the Omen and the Raze on site together. Going to group up outside of the Nebula. Not an extra star placed over here. It is just the Arc Rose off the back of the contact. There's the opening pick from Bass Babe, though. Front side B, that's going to pull the Astra rotation over, and now this could really work. This could be an eco win if they play their cards right.
Interesting rotation, though, given that the shear hasn't been popped yet at the moment in front of B. For Styron, though, now it won't be able to anyways, because the hit on towards the C site might actually give Z11 an opportunity to win a round.
Yeah, courtesy of Bass Babe. Huge pick on Waterfall side. Sees catches too. Everything's going wrong for Kimmy's Kittens here. Still looking for that front B lurk, but it's not there. Wayne hanging around for way too long is burning valuable seconds off the clock.
Running him out at the back of the bend. Arcro's in. Not going to do too much at the moment. You need to see Jar get more than one, but Vera and Wayne, they managed to double down. Make it the double out from Wayne himself, and that is a pretty snappy retake.
Yeah, they folded that side defense so fast. Don't know what kind of util Z11 had in that round, given the fact that it was pretty much a full eco. It doesn't really look like they spent much on that, so fair enough. But I think in those kind of situations where you do get the opening 2 picks only losing 1 player, you want to see like a dark cover held or an orb if you have it, or the arc rose popped when Kimmy Kittens is attempting that retake, and then just kind of peek out together and try to make the round, the retake as awkward as possible. It really felt like it was a bit too easy for Kimmy's Kittens to get in there and crunch them on that retake. This looks like it's going to be a massive mess on the A fight though, Dion.
Absolutely. See what utility is used first. Exchanging of fade utils. The wall goes up as well, but a reveal actually onto Wayne, who tried to step into it. I don't know how he's managed to get away with one, but it does look like Z11 are holding player advantages for the moment. Some trickle damage. Dora. Prowler on in is going to keep Jar entertained here. He will be felled, and now it's all onto Styron in the wrong postcode with the wrong gun to potentially get this job done.
Lewis jump at the spike. Wants to min-max his way to a Raze ult. Covered off well here by Kelsey. Styron creeping his way back into the site. Bucky in hand. This could be an easy kill on the Raze, but he jumps back into tree to safety.
Will he use any utility, or will he try and take this one out dry? If they line up, there's a world which he finds Endo, of course, but maybe not onto the second one of Kelsey. On in, can't find any of them.
Z11. They are battered and bruised, but they make it out of A main regardless. Really good standing and fighting in front of the Nebula. Tanking all of that Astra utility. Wayne getting up close with the Bucky makes that one interesting, and you almost saw Crazy Guy go in for the multi-frag there, but Z11, they just play that one by the numbers. Fade Prowler forward to isolate Jar. Nice little high-low to close out the round, and this is what you want to be seeing. That's a little bit more like it. 3 guns up. Do significant damage to the effectiveness of that bonus on their eco round, and then win the subsequent gun round. So this is the swing round here. You can get this one out of the way, then things may go a little smoother. But we're going to go into a tech pause, so that's going to break up the momentum a little bit. And man, what is going on the last couple of days? Like, I've been casting qualifiers in other games. I have been cursed by tech pauses lately. It's starting to get to me. Like,
hey,
I'm slowly losing my mind.
At least your best of 3 wasn't 5 hours. You had to wait while it was happening, but, you know.
That's almost worse. That's almost worse.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on, guys. What's the tech issue? We don't even have a Mongolian team in the server. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's always that thing as well where it's like, is it... You're presumably at a setup that you're at for multiple hours, you know, a day if you're at a compound or, you know, practicing with a team, or if you're at your home setup, you're at that multiple hours a day as well. So majority of the time it's either ping or it's some sort of external comms.
Yeah. Had a lot of slower rounds from Z11, showing the same kind of pacing for most of these rounds. They did burst out A main together and fight pretty heavily, but they did take things slower from there. So that is definitely a tendency that Kimmy's Kittens will be aware of. Just waiting for a little bit of a ping issue to clear up, and that is understandable. This is a very important game for both of these teams. Want to make sure that we're playing it on even territory.
Yeah.
I think definitely the things I've got on my eye on in this round is close to the overdrive, as well as the showstopper. Like, you're one off the showstopper. I think for Kimmy's Kittens, they don't really have the best of comps to be running any kind of traps. Like the Neon and the Omen definitely helps a little bit, but the main kind of traps you can do with these kind of comps is like around C, you like pop the Arc Rose Paranoia out of like the dirt cover and like try to run it down C, something like that. You can do a lot of faster, like disruptive kind of plays. Like you've seen Neon down C with the Prowler through front B kind of deal, or like C's up over the top with Neon down C, Omen TPR, and like both the Vice and the Astra will fight front B, something like that. Like, there's a couple of little things you can do, but for the most part, you know, this is not the Breach Cypher Neon comp or something like that. Or
that's something I want to highlight. That's something I want to highlight, right? Kimmy Kittens have gone into this series having previously played this map with a different comp, and they got a pretty damn good result against Full Sense 13-8. And they've just completely, you know, changed up their roster. So it's kind of in my mind, what has incentivized you to change it?
It's been a while since that game, maybe? I mean,
two and a bit weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get the comp swap in after that amount of time, especially when you haven't had to reveal your Lotus yet. That's something that Z11 will prep for, but we'll have to kind of adapt to on the fly. Although the comp that they're playing against is not that far outside of the realms of something that gets played at the moment, although it is more on the uncommon side. Little bit of pressure front B, secured by Hard Door as Sheer there on front B. There again is the progression smoke towards the front side of C, trying to bait out the Sheer. Z11 continuing to play this slower, more defaulty style.
Well, they're not going to be able to bait it out because it's not there. I think eventually they might recognize that, but a lot of time has ticked off that clock so far as they start to transition more members to this C site.
Yeah, the Razor has been picked up, so you've got to be aware of that. As Kimmy's Kittens, they're aware Bass Babe likes to go for that lurk front B, and Haunt will reveal that this is going to be a C execute. There's already 4 defenders in here ready for the rotations. What a beautiful grab well. Showstopper does absolutely nothing, and they're left scrambling back to door to try to get into B.
They just absolutely comboed that one, and the C's wall currently still on up. Good timing on the Nebula as well, but Vero looking away. Got to be careful. Got to see if there's any flashes that are going to come your way. Of course, there isn't at the moment. Hardora still holding that one. 10 seconds to go to try and get the plant. They're going to flood on in. The plant not happening just yet, but you're crumbling a little bit one-on-one, and all Jar has to do is run. Hardora can't catch him, unfortunately. Was not near the action. And he'll lose his life at the end there as well.
They make that round so close despite the Showstopper getting nothing done. And Kimmy's Kittens, they had a lot of time to digest the fact that they would have to deal with a Showstopper in that round. And you see exactly how they deal with a really nice utility combo to stop the Rays from scaling in, despite the fact he's, popping the satchels, bringing out the rocket. Just cannot get into that site, and it leaves Z11 panicking back into B late. They run into a Sheer and a Crossfire. And they still fight hard, but they just don't have enough to get it done.
Well, we're back at it again for a bit of a quick rubble control from the Kimmy Kittens. This time Wayne lucky not to get the field in the Shrouded Step form. We'll get felled though, so a little bit more worse this time as last time. He managed to at least escape with the kill before dying.
Yeah, dry peek from Bass Babe. It's the same setup, but a little bit more aggressive on the lurk, playing with confidence. He's been winning a couple of duels so far this series. He was the best performer from Z11 on Bind on that Vice.
Thorns activated.
Thorns looking to be broken. Once again, Z11 just taking their time. Bass Babe walking out behind the wall, wants to try to take another duel.
Might get caught looking the wrong way. I don't think he recognizes that he stayed around rubble at the moment.
I'm out of here.
Oh,
Gets out.
yeah.
Only scanned one over towards this A side of the map. Z11 did clear the wall front B. They pressured front C quite a lot. They actually got a pretty good setup right now. Wall goes back up. Vera spams him straight through it. But the rest of Z11 also in tandem. Walking out A, TP across towards Rubble. Guardian picked up now. Rotation coming in from the fade. And that's another kill for Vera.
I'm out of here.
Heard that one tap. This is where Jar as well. Autonomy on the Astra can assist with some stars around the floor, and he might actually need to because Vera has lost his life. Utalin, crazy guy, spamming one on out. And he wants to try and sneak on through the dark cover.
Planted.
Not going to be able to deny the plant at the moment, but he can wait for his team. No, he can't. He's actually been taken down.
One enemy
Still
remaining.
Garden. Right click straight through the smoke. Jar does not care. There's the TP from Fontes. It faked over towards B. Door getting ripped open. Starin going to reveal his position, but all he needs is one more bullet to Jar's head, and he can win this round for Z11. Astral putting a smoke down on the spike. Peek from backside. The mind games from Jar are good enough to get Kimmy's Kittens another round, but they took a lot of damage against the half bite.
Absolutely. I mean, you're looking at the timing there as well. I don't really know how Bass Babe was able to escape at the very beginning when the Nightfall come on down. Even how he's able to just get across towards Root and kind of just sit there pretty. No peek out from Vera. But all in all, some good navigation, good timing from the Kimmy Kittens, and some good trades, and maybe added a little bit of luck there because there's a lot of kills that they're actually gathering without even seeing their opponents.
One enemy.
Get the Steel Gun and pop there without getting the round win, so unfortunate for Z11. Not getting what they would have bargained for. Pit is up now for Bass Babe. We have the Cosmic in for one of these retakes for Kimmy's Kittens. Full A take, and there's one of those set plays over towards the C side of the map from Kimmy's Kittens. They know that there's no one over there, and you're going to see Z11 speed up off the back of that.
Styron doesn't have any ult either here at the moment for the Kimmy Kitten, so he just needs to play around the standard utility. Different stalling that could have been if the Steel Garden was there for him, but finally we're actually seeing an overwhelming play from Z11. 2 members vested.
Yeah.
Good
Bass
advantage
Babe
here.
is really sick of being a punching bag. He is stepping up for Z11, just walking into the site by himself. Does not want to lose this series. 3 on 5 from Kimmy's Kittens. Their money battered and bruised from the last round. If they lose these rifles here, it is going to be an eco.
Gotta save.
I don't see them getting back into this site. Indeed, they're just going to save these rifles. Go for the buy into the next. That's a great round from Z11. They called Kimmy's Kittens bluff. Don't run into that C setup after running that 2-2-1 default for the majority of this game. They go for that quick A fight. Speed up into A off the back of hearing all of that util over towards the C side of the map. And Bass Babe is really on. Despite a pretty quiet series so far from Z11, he has definitely been the standout.
My burden never ends.
A few seconds at the moment to see what you want to do for this next gun round where you do survive with those 3 on KK's side. You go for a same sort of set play over the A side this time, however, because it is the same 3. Just flipped the map over.
Yeah, let's see how it goes for him. Kimmy's Kittens putting together what they can with the buy here. Majority of the firepower is over towards this A side of the map. It's actually the Vice and the Astra who have the weaker weaponries on B and C. Big fight over A. Satchel across, Hort up over the top. It's a very big scan, you're right. And Z11 absolutely crushing that A fight. The A fight is one of the most important parts of this map at the moment, and Z11 seems to be coming out ahead every single time.
Oh, what a shot. Bass Babe. You highlight him. Good decapitation onto Crazy Guy there, and a good reveal on towards Jar. Makes things very difficult. Try and get in for a retake here. When you consider the 3 that survived in the last round are no longer. So it's the lesser guns that were forced up here to try and navigate something back in towards this round.
They're still going for something.
1 enemy remaining.
Killsy on the side though, swatting it away, and you can start to see the confidence swelling for Z11. They're winning these rounds easier and easier as time goes on and starting to get rolling on the attacking side of their map pick.
Certainly doing more than what they were able to do on Bind. Different map. Warm.
1 enemy remaining.
A lot of aggression actually being squandered at the moment from KK as well, so maybe they'll fall back onto something a little bit more passive, though it's better realization from Z11 that they can speed things up, more importantly themselves, right? Been trying to bait out all this Vice utility, trying to destroy the Thorns, trying to bait out the Sheer Wall. You're seeing Nebulas dropped, the Gravity Wells set up. They're giving the Kimmy Kittens time to recognize what's going to happen, where they're changing the pace, and Kimmy Kittens are the ones that aren't quite able to adjust and get those quick trades where needed.
Let's see what the adaptation is going to be. You've seen 2 things from Kimmy's Kittens so far. You've seen the A fight, 1-4, and you've seen a 2-2-1 where they, pressure front B, establish the lurk, progression smoke up on C, try to break the util. So those are the kind of things you're expecting from Z11. Either you need to fine-tune that A fight, try to win it, or maybe try to go for an early to mid-round kind of front B clear, isolate the lurk, something like that. Maybe a C trap to try to kill the Raze Omen that is pressuring front C and try to kill the Vice util and braid out the shield wall. But not probably something that you're going to consider in this round. It is pretty much a half buy for Kimmy's Kittens. You're probably doing something a little bit more gimmicky in a round like this. And for Z11, I think I would like to see them just kind of play the same pacing anti-eco, not doing anything special in this round. And then towards the next round, maybe something a little faster that's a bit out of the ordinary for what they've been running so far.
Poison's off.
Well, there is going to be some ground control for the Kimmy Kittens over towards A yet again, respected this time. And I don't actually mind it from Z11, to be honest with you. Not going to see too much capitalization from Styron with this Arc Rose.
No, I mean, he's on his lonesome. He's got 2 stars for safety. There's the front B clear. Like, Kimmy's Kittens trying to, exactly like I said, dominate the A fight and go for the lurk clear in the mid round. But Z11 just hands off the keyboard, doing absolutely nothing. Progression smoke to front C. And you're seeing Kimmy's Kittens, they know that they like to clear the util off the back of that progression smoke and bait out the sheer wall. But Z11 know that tendency.
Well,
going back to
the Arc Rose just got popped over at C, didn't spot anything. So now there's a big priority on Wayne to try and deliver some damage, albeit a kill. They do manage to stall them out for a little bit of time. That's just going to push him in towards C or maybe down the middle in towards B.
Arcros clears front B again. Jars over here on his lonesome. Kimmy Kittens stacked up
30
inside of A.
seconds left.
Need to push into lobby and find some control. Arcros the horn. Jar inside of his smoke hits 3 shove shots back to back, but he still can't defend the site.
All of them got in the Nightfall and Breakable room as well, so that's just an audible call for Z11. Get over in towards the C site where essentially no one will be at this point in time. They can set up the Viper's Pit if they want to as well, and they're gonna do it.
Spike
Very
planted.
expensive round though. They're popping both of their ults against the half buy. So I think for Kimmy's Kittens, anything on top of this is a bit of a bonus. And they are making inroads. Nice spam through the Viper's Pit from Vera.
And there's 2 Stingers and a Bucky available for the Kimmy Kittens at the moment. So if you're talking about close smooches, this is certainly an opportunity and they're going to be able to do. Have to lay down their utility nicely, otherwise Bass Babe will spray them down. Kill Steve for 1 as well, and now it's all on to Crazy Guy, and he's not going to be able to do a damn thing.
All right, let's see what Kimmy's Kittens have come up with.
What's no one?
I like the approach in the last round. Definitely aware of the tendencies that Z11 are going for. And they're trying to play around them, but they didn't really have the weaponry to contest in that round. What I will say is, I think on the half buy, like I said, they forced out a lot from Z11. They forced out the Viper's Pit there and the Nightfall. So they're going to be quite happy with what they've got. Once again, it's going to be this A fight from Z11, but doesn't look like Kimmy's Kittens are contesting as hard this time.
I'll find you.
Oh, there's more util though. Going to be thrown out. Haunt going to do something. Some forward positions already from Fontes. You can wait at this current point in time. See if you can catch any utility. Again, from Crazy Guy throwing them out through towards the ruins, or the pillars rather.
Yeah, the fade's cleared front B, so they're quite happy to 1-1-3 and just lead the fade over towards A. Kimmy's Kittens leaving Bass Babe on the aggressive lurk here though. Popping the wall up and down, applying passive pressure. It is the strength of the Viper on this map. Meanwhile, Z11 walking back towards front B. Not quite decided what exactly they want to be doing in this round, but once again running down the clock. And I think Kimmy's Kittens, you can see how much util they're holding. Seize is there, Relay Bolt, Paranoia. They know these late round hits have been coming in and they're looking to try to disrupt them.
Well, if it's very late, then you also have to contest with the Steel Garden that Staren's been holding and Cosmic Divide for Jar. Going to start off the affairs by Vera finding Bass Babe, and meanwhile Z11 are going to rotate over towards this alpha side of the map.
30 seconds left.
I'm loving these adaptations from Kimmy's Kittens. Smoke to make them concerned about the stairs cross, but they've already got great rotations left from Kimmy's Kittens. The Prowler is going to clear Vera in front of the smoke, shutting everything down. This snail's pace is getting nothing done for Z11 in this round. You're seeing Kimmy's Kittens heavily adapt to that. Crazy Guy bags 2 more through the smoke. And this is where Z11, they need to hit another gear because this is getting a little bit played out and a little bit predictable.
Well, again, that's the biggest thing for me, just, you know, from a bird's eye view. The slower rounds for Z11 are not working as good as the faster rounds where they are just getting great trades together and then space in towards these sites and just playing from an advantage.
Yeah, like, I think the pacing is not, like, has not necessarily been an issue yet. Like, they've been coming back into this game on the attacking side, but they have to really give respect to Kimmy's Kittens. Like, they took a timeout. You already saw them adapting to some of the things and some of the tendencies that you were doing with the half buy. And then you saw it in that round, like, Kimmy's Kittens very much not trying to go for that A fight. It hasn't been working for them at all. They play passive on the side side. They know Bass Babe has been aggressive on the lurk. They predict that. They isolate him. Vera picks him for free. And even if you did get Z11 pulling the trigger on that A execute, there's just so much util, man. The Prowlers clearing front B, clearing stairs. You had the C's, Relay Bolt, and Paranoia, as well as Omen Smokes to delay. There's just no way that Z11 is getting into that A site unless you get a bit of a misplay from the defense, because they just did not put enough pressure to bait out that util. So we'll see what Z11 will come up with. Attack timeout taken by Den. Kimmy's Kittens with the kitchen sink of ults online in this round. Looks like Z11 going to go back to that 2-2-1. Clear front B with the Arc Rose, maybe a Prowler if needed. Fight front C. Try to clear some of the util, bait out the shear if possible. Bass Babe on the A lurk.
Let's see if he wants to try and toy with the idea of going through this dark cover dry or not. You know, all too often that Wayne has been playing very close towards it. More often with the shotgun, but Vandal should be good to do the job.
Yep. High-low. Kimmy's Kittens shifting into a 2-2-1. Oh, Prowler clears front B. Relay Bolt not going to catch anyone. Vera just trying to bait out the shear right now. That's so nice.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Can play with some flank rotations a little bit later on if you do need to wrap around a lobby, or if you want to crunch them in towards door. If they do go towards a C site at the end, majority of the forces leaning over there.
Might be getting Groundhog Day here. Z11 with the Raze ult into the site. That's a big pick in the middle of the map, though. No Nightfall, and in goes the Showstopper. Sheer goes up, but on the site, Siren under a lot of pressure here. Jar going to clean up the Raze, though, before the rest of Z11 can clear. And you look at that, the pivot into B again here.
Does get taken down. Did have the overdrive activated, but they overlook Wayne. And he strikes on down. 2 versus 2, though. Can you even retrieve the spike and try to TP out or in? The Shrouded Step will be the optimal one with a Paranoia sent in by Wayne. It does land successfully, but he's waiting to Jar. See if he can get on through, and they can pincer in towards this retake together. And it's just some great smoke timing to come out from Fontas. As the breakable one does start to fade on through. Again, they're toying with it. Where do you look as Hard Dora? Too many angles, and with Fontas whiffing out the spray, Wayne will come in with 4.
Very nervy from Fontas. Did not do anything in that 2-on-2. And for Z11, it's Groundhog Day, unfortunately. Raze ult goes into C and doesn't do anything other than a little bit of damage to Styron. Raze dies for free. You have to pivot back to front B. And it wouldn't have worked anywhere near that well if it wasn't for exactly this. Hard Dora finds the kill front B. Nice lurk timing for him, and then spams another player through smoke or gets a pick in towards C-Link. If he doesn't get those 2 kills front B, then that round is nowhere near as close as it was. I felt like Kimmy's Kittens were more than ready for that and played around it well. These adaptations from them on the defense are winning them the game right now.
And only one ultimate used from Kimmy Kittens as well. The overdrive from Vera. And it didn't really do too much, albeit. But hey, you've got 4 to play with in a round such as this one now, where you've got that investment over the side from Z11. And it might be the best one that they can come out in this round and the next.
That's Babe and Hard Dora. Both trying to take duels and get active. It's actually Enduous to win an opening duel. Hasn't really done very much this series, despite the fact that he's had a great VCO SEA split 1 so far. If you go back and look at the stats. Man advantage. This is around Z11 have to convert, and they're going to go back towards A in the late round, it looks like. Kimmy's Kittens are 3 stacked on C, but the longer that it's quiet here, especially as the Viper Wall goes up, you definitely expect them to go for some kind of re-clear. They've re-smoked front C, so looks like they're just going to trust the stack. Just going to put a lot of pressure on Crazy Guy to get something done.
Yeah. Wayne can use From the Shadows to get on over here quickly if they do need. But then you're still at, you know, a 3-player deficit. So Crazy Guy really needs to try and lay down the law here currently. Front progressive smoke going on down, and Wayne will indeed actually TP, but it's only outside of C Mound for some information. So as you have the extension towards the A site, 3 on the Nightfall with 20 seconds to go, buys a little bit of crucial time as a scare tactic to keep them on back at the moment. And now the Odin, it starts to sing, but he gets revealed. He's down quite low. They're throwing the absolute kitchen sink at this round. Vera down for the count. Crazy Guy falls as well. Enduist delivering what's needed in this round. And with the plant going on down, it's a 5 versus 2. Enough money for the Kimmy Kittens to go at it again in the next round. So with this split duel that they're trying to win on out, it's just on to Wayne. 1 versus 4.
Yeah.
And I think by now you just got to call that one.
Not much for him to do. Well worked by Z11. Enduous, that's probably the best round I've seen from him so far in the series. Nice opening kill towards C and cleans up 2 more on the actual A execute itself. So big impact from him. Gonna get Z11 and another attacking side round for themselves. Do have the Nightfall online going into round 12 here. See Kimmy's Kittens trying to mix things up a little bit. Started to get the Odin going and a bit of spam over towards A to isolate Bass Babe. Cosmic and the Steel Garden haven't really been used, and to be honest, despite the fact that C has not been the issue and it's not like he's not holding this site, Siren just hasn't really done very much so far this game. He has basically been an Arc Rose and a wall. Sometimes it be like that though. Big A fight this time, though, from both of these teams.
Hey, as long as he's calling a good game He'll have some contributions in here. We'll see what all this util can do. This time, again, it is the Kimmy Kittens where it just does not work out for their favor. It might be 4 to fall if Crazy Guy does get bit.
Player standing.
Yeah, they just have never won that A fight. I mean, I know that they're trying to change things up, but that A fight has been dominated by Z11. Every time Kimmy's Kittens have waited for the mid to late round, they have won it. Styron in an untenable 1v5 situation, looking to double up his kills at a bare minimum here, but he's completely surrounded with nothing to do. And Z11 looking to try to turn around their fortunes after the slow start on Bind and into this map. They'll get themselves a 6-6 at the half and look to try to reverse sweep this series after the break. Starting to see a resurgence here for Z11 in their map pick of Lotus, but Kimmy's Kittens still kept it kind of close with some good adaptations after that attack pulls Dion. We'll see if Z11 on their defense here can push us through to a map 3, because they really did not look themselves on Bind.
No, I mean, 13-1, if you see it at the top left side of your screen, definitely want to write that one off and put your priority on to closing out this second half here on your own choice and sending us in towards Haven. Right now, however, looks like we're going to be sending Vera in towards the C site to bait out the Shear, which he does so successfully. Yeah,
nice little circle jump. Oh, I don't know if he got it. No, it's still there. They know it's there. They're pinging it. Oh, no, he did bait it out.
It's gone now, yeah.
Took a little while. They know that A rubble has been taken by Z11, so got to work that later on. Styron getting active front B in tandem with Jar. Dink onto Killsy inside of Heaven. Applies some pressure to the middle of the map. See the rotation coming in from the Viper as a result. But Kimmy's Kittens look to go for the A ending.
The Prowler did send Fontas back a little bit earlier as well, so they have to respect it and backpedal towards the fight.
B split. On the cards here for Kimmy's Kittens. You do see Bass Babe hanging around, trying to get a kill. Greedy in front of that sea smoke and punished for it.
But is this where the target to end is actually going to be? You still do have an opportunity to go through C if you wanted to. Bit of utility in towards the site as the plant goes on down. And Vera, well, he's going to get that kill technically stolen away from him. But Styron ending the first half with 1 kill, elevating on towards 3. And with that, probably the round, as it's going to be very difficult for Fontas and Harddora to get back in towards this one.
Bass Babe punished. Great lurk through A from Styron. Cleans up 2 players in Heaven before this retake can even get started. Slided from Vera, trading out Styron nicely, and he's going to clean up Harddora as well. Vera is insane on these pistols so far and already working his way to another dual assault.
I'm out of here.
I mean, picked up for the original core of this roster for a reason. I've seen a couple of changes over the time. You know, I was always quite impressed with Grumble myself. But this new roster as well, a bit of, you know, early things they need to figure out a little bit, it feels like. But definitely some great, strong potency available, I reckon, for this SCA League this year.
Yeah, Jar's a pretty good replacement for Grumble. I don't know what's going on with that bloke. Might be some classic military service. The NYSG folks. Styron spotting out Fontas there. C control taken. You can see Wayne very aware that there could be some kind of C trap off of the Arc Rose. He's holding a paranoia, but Harddora just gets it done himself. Pops out the Arc Rose, and it's a freebie onto Vera. Very nicely done. Sheer cleared on the A side of the map as well. Kimmy's Kittens have to consider the fact that there could be a flank now. Bass Babe's cleared front B as well. This is not the best situation for the attackers, Dion.
It is still just for pistols at the end of the day, so if you can put a little bit of priority on these guns, taking the distant duels and just being more of a powerhouse, well, it can still look to get the job done. Nice re-pop on towards the site from Jar, and some good trades from the rest of the squad means that it is just on to Mr. Omen and Fontas again, maybe just scratching his head as last alive.
See if he can get any more damage done. Wayne going splish splash. But won't get taken out at the end of the day. He's going to continue to enjoy his day at the pool. And they'll keep 3 guns up here, Kimmy's Kittens, including maybe a sheriff they can juggle over to someone else to add some punch to this bonus round without really costing them too much. Although there is the reinvestment there. Judge and Guardian being considered. So Kimmy's Kittens want to definitely make this a competitive bonus for themselves. And it really looks like they want to be sending it into B here nice and early on.
I was going to say a world in which, you know, Vera's getting an orb or a plan to the kill. That's the overdrive available to potentially even close out a round.
He's doing a Danby cosplay right now. Oh, that's exactly what's happening.
Fast on in towards the B side at the moment. Trying to get in front of the util, but you can't do that, unfortunately. With vines and a wall and mollies on there, you just get shredded.
Yeah, Danby doesn't get spammed through the smoke like that. Come on, mate. Step it up. Kimmy's Kittens, though, they've got some front B control, luckily. That's about all they've got going for them, though. They're trying to force their way into C.
Dropping spike.
So you're saying a C- on the impression?
Yeah, terrible. You know, just don't get spammed through the smoke. It's not hard.
Well, they're going to try and just waltz through this smoke at the moment with the shear a little bit deeper this time. See if they can maybe even catch Hardora playing behind this pillar. Good little Arcros on in. The Vine's not going to do too much to Jar, who does sneak around the bend. I wonder if he just spotted him out. Maybe on the radar or the corner of his screen. He just got a bit of a glimpse. Now they will know, and it doesn't even matter, as Jar has been taken down. In this round, things go bad to worse for Kimmy's Kittens, but it goes great for Z11 considering this is the way that they can get their defensive side started.
Yeah, look, lucky to get the kill front B on the spam, but since then it's been perfect macro from Z11. Just playing the angles, nice little crossfire retake on this C site. There's the paranoia and the satchel on through. This is exactly how you want to be playing defense side of Lotus, and Styron will only take one with him. That's a beautiful first gun round from the Thai side after losing the pistol in the anti-eco.
Yeah, just juggle up a little bit closer towards these ults as well, but I think it's more about building confidence for Z11 on this side too. And I'm already liking just the small adjustments from them around the shear wall as well, Pilsky. We didn't really see Kimmy's Kittens, you know, Styron change position of the shear wall and play in amongst like a smoke towards it, right? Where we already saw that in the second round from Z11. Didn't get to steal the gun away. But it's that recognition that I feel like we were really missing from Z11, especially over on Bind.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit at the start of this map as well, but now it's, you know, it's blooming a little.
they played double senti, and it felt like Kimmy's Kittens was just walking through the middle of the map and breaking all the util for free, completely unpunished that entire attacking half. And so they didn't really get that much value. Here's the A take for Z11. Kimmy's Kitten is not interested. They're going to clear front B very quickly with the Neon, open up the door and wrap back into C, pressuring that. Prowler confirms that there are players front B. You can see Z11 big rotations back over in the middle of the map, and it's going to be Kimmy's Kitten speeding up into a retaking C site. Batsbabe again hanging around for a kill, but this time is rewarded.
Yeah. Wayne going to get taken down, but an eventual trade by the likes of Styron on towards Fontes and a good little lurk from Jar. Where do you actually consider all these members are around the map at the moment? Z11 at least will equalize on the fact that Jar is bested, but look at the spaces Styron has already found in towards the A site. Vera trying to get the Nikes on, but he's run out of speed.
This is a messy, messy round. So many little trips and snags that Z11 could potentially slip up on with the active lurks that have been play and the amount of map control that Kimmy's Kittens have taken. Good news is they do have a showstopper to try to kick off this retake. Plant going down on 8. Crazy guy hanging around trying to cut the rotations.
Wouldn't have minded maybe Vera dropping the spike over to Styron to get a plant and get closer to the steel garden, but one away from the overdrive isn't bad. Showstopper baited on out and exchanged in it with Crazy Guy finding Killsey. Now it's only on towards Hardora. And I don't believe they know that he was playing up from heaven at the moment. A silent drop on towards the site to try and path around, but where does he expect the opponents to be? Clearing every corner that you possibly can, but caught with utility in hand. Unfortunate.
Yeah, Z11
My advice?
unfortunately out-rotated a little bit in that round. Kimmy's Kittens with so many active lurks in play. Styron gets a pick out A, Jar's out front B. So despite the fact that there's significant pressure in towards the C site that Z11 is responding to, they're getting caught by multiple players who are taking initiative. That is the benefit of having just so many experienced players on the side of Kimmy's Kittens. They're not afraid to be able to take some of that initiative. Paranoia to front B here, and it looks like Vera's going to be sent in.
Well, it might be a little bit of a problem for the two out the front of the side at the moment. A how do you do on towards Bassbabe, but no firm handshakes just on yet as we overextend. Z11 find 2 kills. I thought maybe even a third with the first bullets of Jar. They will get it at the end. 2-player advantage for Z11.
Yeah, playing around the tendency. You know, you've seen Kimmy's Kittens going for that fast front B clear into opening the door and pressuring C. Like, this is the default that they've been running. And Z11 aggressing right when they need to. Adapting to what Kimmy's Kittens is doing on this attacking side is a really good side. Arcrose clears all of C. Wayne walking back into spawn side, 55 seconds. It's doable. It's a lot of split up, isolated duels that he could find here. The smoke is going to potentially mask the fact that it could be walked out A. That's something that they'll have to respect. Kelsey just going to play retake from stairs side or maybe position himself in the site. You'd have to win this opening duel onto Bass, and then it is a bit more doable.
Toxins going up.
30 seconds
Well,
left.
let's see. 30 seconds to go. Wait out for the gas as well yet again. I think it might even just look to save this gun, to be honest with you now.
It looks like they're
1v4
discussing
still.
the next round. Like they're already picking that A side of the map. So I think you probably see an A fight from Kimmy's Kittens next round.
It has to be quick on the back of Vera's overdrive.
10 seconds
Yeah,
left.
Z11, like this is a map they've been very active on. They've played a lot of reps on it. So although the fact that they've only recently swapped to this comp, it does look like Kimmy's Kittens is aware of how they'd be taking a rubble and how they're going to play around it. The pings that they were doing either indicates that they're probably going to go for an A fight here, or they're going to potentially go for a reclear, like a set play reclear. So they've been pinging rubble, they've been pinging the door. Yeah, they do have a lot of ults. What's Z11 going to do in this round? That's the question. No ults to play with. One off of the pit. Looks like it's just going to be a retake A approach. Just the fade left there on Kelsey.
Well, let's see how early things are going to happen here. Because it looks like Kelsey's just going to play Spotto on the back of this one with the haunt going on in. Front B clear.
Go, go.
Yep. They're going to be sent in. Prowler going forward, Nightfall and the overdrive, but it's a complete vacation of the site. They know that Styron has been active on the lurk. They're going to isolate him, pick him off, and give themselves the man advantage to come in on this retake.
There.
Overdrive fades away as well, so now it's just a shorty up towards heaven. You cannot be missing a shot out of that one. Just noting that Crazy Guy as well only has a stinger, so could be a little bit problematic at the moment for Kimmy's Kittens here in this hold of the site. But the retake starts. Endoist on towards Vera. You need a trade to come on out as the Kimmy's Kittens, otherwise this is just going to look like a gorgeous retake from Z11. It's a flawless round to come out from them.
Yeah, a lot of util invested in just taking the site there for Kimmy's Kittens, and Z11 just lets them waste all that util, isolates the lurk, and completes a very easy 5-on-4 retake of that A side. Didn't even break a sweat. It's going to be fantastic for their economy at 9 apiece here, really making sure that they've got legs to be able to close out this game. Now going into an anti-eco as well will just further compound that economy advantage that they're building for themselves. So Kimmy's Kittens going to take a timeout here. They know that they've got a fair bit of work to do if they're going to close out this series in 2.
Yeah, feeling a bit of the pressure now as well, given, 13-1 first map. A lot of people would look at that and think, oh yeah, easy 2-0 from them, but I am at least glad that Z11 are putting a little bit more gusto in towards this series now as well.
Let's see what they come up with. I mean, there's just not really much on offer here from Kimmy's Kittens in the half-by round, to be perfectly honest with you. What have they seen from Z11 so far? I mean, they've seen some A takes. They've seen that Z11 is starting to respond to their front B pressure by aggressing in the mid-round and looking for picks over there. So that's something for Kimmy's Kittens to consider. Maybe they can fake that with Vera and try to pull the rotations across from Z11 and take space somewhere else. They also know that Z11 likes to go for that Omen drop-off on Rebel side. They've already been pinging that, so that's something that they can potentially try to abuse as this game goes longer. But I mean, going into these next couple of rounds, you do have the ults coming up for Z11 as well. The Pit, the Steel Garden, getting close to the Showstopper as well. These could definitely further complicate things.
An opportunity for these swings to go in their favor for sure. Turnaround point of the map, maybe even a turnaround point of the series. Might be stretching it a little bit here, but C-mount control at the moment for the Kimmy Kittens nonetheless.
Yeah, there's the A take that Z11 does. Kimmy's Kittens was peeing about that earlier. The Omen opening the door and TPing up onto Rubble. Haunt cleared. Aggression into A main. Styron once again isolated on the lurk. Z11 are really taking advantage of his positioning round after round.
Reclear over towards B as well from the Prowler. So Z11 still have firm control pretty much of every site at the moment.
Yeah, they're in a comfortable position. Raze has got the ult online. Nice little A orb farmed up for him. Deeper Shira here for Hardora. Gets caught off guard, fully blind, but Vera can't clean up his Reki. Really should have had that kill every day of the week. But Z11 going to maintain a 2-man advantage as they prep themselves for this retake.
Definitely can use ultimates here if you want to into this C site. If you want 100% this one, look to close out this map. Don't leave no stone unturned at the moment, but with the Nebula starting to fade on through, the judge is in the smoke at the moment. It can't get more than one, unfortunately. Fonta's for it as well, and now it's all on a crazy guy who can only get the single digit 2.
Easy as you like for Z11. Their C retakes have been phenomenal. At least when they're up in numbers. Do like to just leave the sides open a lot of the time, like C retake, A retake. We've seen them play retake on literally every site so far, so you know that they're confident in their retake protocols, in their util. They have a good comp for it. One of the strengths of this comp is similar to the Ascent comp, and the reason why it's been popularized in such a long time, Genji playing it all of last year into this year, is just the fact that it's so flexible. You can play it in so many different ways. Like just like that KO Sova comp that's popular on Ascent, you know. So many different things that you can do for it, and that's why it's such a high pick rate. It's so dynamic. 1-3-1 for Z11. Kimmy's Kittens changing things up, going for a 3-1-1, so a bit of C control early off the rip, but after seeing the front B clear and the fact that there's no util thrown over on the A side of the map and the door hasn't been opened, Kimmy's Kittens were considering going back to A early on here, but they've changed their mind again. They will speed up C.
I'm wondering if they're going to try and utilize Styron as a non-flanking player as well. You've got that Steel Garden to enter if you want to, but it looks like it might just be used for a post if they can even get in towards this C side at the moment. No Vice util, remember, at the front, so it is going to be a retake if they get in.
They need to be clever about how they approach this Kimmy's Kittens, because the Z11 has just got such fantastic ults for the retake here. Steel Garden and the Showstopper going to make their lives very difficult, and you can see how trepidatious Kimmy's Kittens are about taking the site right now. Worried about the Vice util, they finally will make it on there, but Z11 already have their plan ready and everyone in position.
Well, util starts to go on in, sees a nade, not going to net a kill, but the removal of the guns, it'll certainly trigger the go time for Z11. Plant starts to come on through, actually, and a returning Steel Garden, this time from Styron, as the plant goes down. A 4 versus 4, there's a little bit of a lull in the action. Nightfall out this time from Crazy Guy. You even drop a pit as Bassbait in this bit get every ult in.
Oh, they're just having a really tough time getting in here. Beautiful scan comes out from Crazy Guy. This feels like an impossible site to retake for Z11 after so many successful retakes so far in this half. Paranoia is so late to the party. Only 2 players surviving, and they're finding a really tough time fighting back into the site. Spam is going the way of Kimmy's Kittens. How is Hardora making this competitive? Unfortunately, the half was not found. The grab well's connected, and all Jar needs to do is just to peek out and close out the round for Kimmy's Kittens. There was some heroics there at the end for Z11 to keep things competitive, but that was a very, very nice post plant from the attackers.
Yeah, everybody going down at the end one way or another, but with all of those ultimates invested, I mean, it's bloody chaos on that C site.
For sure. Which is how you want to be playing it for Kimmy's Kittens. Like I talked about it a little bit on Z11's attacking side, but you want to make it impossible for the defensive retake to come in, and they did so many things to do that. Cosmic, there was Thorns, there was layers of dark covers and little cheeky off angles. You had the Nightfall in towards spawn side. And we can keep naming ability names for as long as we want, because we're going to go into another tech pause here. What I will say is that was a pretty expensive round for Kimmy's Kittens, and you see the results of that in the bottom right-hand side of your screen. That is not a buy you want to be bringing into round 21. That was an expensive round for them. They threw away almost all of their guns. They threw almost all of their ults at that round and still barely managed to win it. Whereas Z11, on the other side of things, you see it. Round 17, 18, 19, very clean. Very concise wins where they're able to build their economy, and they're reaping the rewards of that right now at 10 apiece. They have a chance to reset that attacker side economy and potentially run away with the game right now.
Yeah, you reset their economy, you hold on to what you'll presume to get as a Nightfall as well. But we don't have a long pause in here, Pilsky. We got a pretty quick one back into the action, and only the solo member, Bass Babe over at the C site, just going to get overwhelmed.
Oh, Now that's a good Danby cosplay.
That's Danby, yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
A+.
Sees, Prowler, and a sliding Neon with a shotgun. And there you go. Easy opener to the round. Pit gets broken wide open. Open plant. For Mound side. Kimmy's Kittens trying to win themselves this gun round. Z11 prepping the retake. Door getting tickled by Enduous, but he doesn't see Assault.
He's only by himself at this point in time as well. Nightfall goes on in. Siron. Oh, does he see him?
Hello?
He doesn't. Okay, fourth reaction, and Endo's getting 2 on the back of that. That's pretty flawless on the retake when you lose Bass Babe.
That is
Wow.
the easiest 4-on-5 retake I've ever seen. Z11 just fold that C site. Their retakes have been so good. Like I said last round, that was a good post plant in the attacker side for Kimmy's Kittens, but it took everything for them to win that round. And now that they no longer have guns to fight and all of that util, the ults to cycle in the post plant, despite finding this beautiful opener, they get absolutely destroyed by Z11. And Enduous goes completely unchecked, tickling the door and sneaking out for free. You should never get away with that.
Yeah, that's real unfortunate for Styron. Just didn't quite catch him there. And the trickle effect is essentially this round, you're bleeding. You're on your knees.
I mean, I've been watching Styron play since before this game even came out, but really sometimes has these more quieter maps, and this is another example of it. I mean, he's not necessarily been a player to play these Sentinels very much. This is another attempt for Kimmy's Kittens to just shove their way into the site, and once again, they've got the opening pick on the side anchor.
Yeah, but can they hold it this time? Crazy guy in the dark cover. They equalize it on the 4-on-4. They can buy some time with the Thorns, but can you escape?
Yeah,
Not enough
Thorns
fuel.
holding on to Waterfall for now. What have they got to follow up, though? You're looking at the fast lane to disrupt, the paranoia, and a singular star on the backside of the site there for Kimmy's Kittens, but already the util is coming in for Z11 on this retake.
Good molly from Enduous. Certainly wants to lead by the charge in this one. Jar for the trade. Keep things entertaining here throughout all the dark covers. There goes 1. Make it 2, and it's all on a Styron to try and wrap the site with only the classic. However, that's not the target on the defuse, but it's the first one. You gotta try and find 12 for Z11 now. Map point. They want Haven.
Yeah, I think for Kimmy's Kittens now, that's multiple rounds you've been able to get into C, but haven't completed the post plant. I'm thinking that we might not even want to be trying to fight the post plant like that anymore and try to make the retake difficult for Z11. Like, their retake's just way too clean. You probably need some more active lurks, if I'm honest. Maybe someone front B, waiting out that initial Prowler in the mid round, then going for a late lurk, something like that might work. They're going to opt to go back to A, but this is already being preempted by Z11. Massive A fight on offer here.
Gotta win this one as the Kittens, and that's not how you want things to start off, unfortunately. Down 2, and they get out of dodge. You don't need to see Z11 overstay their welcome. Give an opportunity to the Kittens as Jar has snuck into the B site.
Yeah, he needs to do something heroic here for Kimmy's Kittens, honestly. They're aware of it, though. You can already see the Prowler through Heaven's side. Full retake on that Waterfall side from Bass Babe. Door getting broke open confirms that for Z11, they're just hands off the keyboard, allowing Kimmy's Kittens to do whatever they want. They want to close out this 5-on-3 as cleanly as possible. Have the Steel Garden to do so. Showstopper in 1 for Enduist.
Oh, okay. Rumor won't spot it on out, but will Styron still get hard cleared? Let's see how much time can actually be bought. I love the patience from Z11, actually. Again, you mentioned it. They want to try and 100% this one. Styron, good for the first, can't get the second. As the Steel Garden does go in, the site starts to get a little bit cleared on out. A good right click from Jar, making a double for Crazy Guy, as he can disconnect. He can play on the back of his ultimate here as well. It's going to be an early one. Decay on Afontes gets him off the spike defuse going in. There's still no audio. Try to jump over him. That's some good high jump. And Kimmy Kittens, they will hold on for dear life.
Takes everything from them again, though. 4 guns lost, Nightfall invested. Very expensive round. But to be fair, they shouldn't have any business winning. 3-on-5 with some heroics from everyone included. Styron gets his, Jar gets his, despite the fact he's only got a classic, and then a vintage clutch from Crazy Guy. Z11 going to take attack timeout. 1 round away from just closing out this game. They do not want it to go to OT. Want to try to make this reverse sweep a reality, and with a massive tool like the Showstopper in a round like this, with such fantastic retakes on defense and the fact that they've been winning that A fight every day of the week, there's no reason why they shouldn't win this map at Lotus.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there'd have to be a big falling out at the moment from Z11 to kind of drop this one, right? It just feels like they've really woken up coming in towards this one. And I still want to give credit over towards the Kimmy Kittens as well. They still managed to fashion a half where they needed to.
I know, bro. Like, I mean, I think that just speaks to the quality of the roster. Like, I don't even think they're playing particularly well. There are multiple players going missing in this map right now, and they still have 11 rounds. That's just how solid they are. Yo, that's sick, though. The coach's mic, he taps it to mute. I need that. That is a sick
didn't
function.
catch this one. I know the Codcast does that.
Stalemates, thanks.
Yeah.
Go on,
Alright, we'll focus on the game. We're all mic. I mean, if you're a caster, you're
all
probably a
mic'd
mic
up.
nerd. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the bit of an A fight. You can see it's a bit more of a patient A fight for these Kittens, though. Z11 holding the U tilt. Prowler goes forward, confirms there's no one close front B. There is the smoke forward. That really indicates that Z11 wants to fight here. Showstopper goes forward. It secures a kill onto Crazy Guy. Vera just running away for dear life. They want to try to speed up C here, but I don't know how much that's really going to do for them, Dion. At the end of the day, this just looks like another Z11 retake being prepped.
It's a really good re-clear out towards Rubble to force them into the trap that is around this C site, and they just have to park it right now in the util. There is so much pressure on Jar to win this duel late at the moment, and he does. Okay, there's a chance.
That's exactly what I wanted from Jar. I wanted that active lurk. They haven't been able to hold on in the post plant, but they're not even going to get into the post plant if they can't get the spike down.
Vera blinded. He's got to retrieve the spike, and he's on the 20 HP. Are they going to pivot around?
Neon movement. Could get them back in.
There's 30 seconds.
No, they can make it. They can make it.
Left.
There's the Cosmic as well. That's going to deny all info to Z11. This is actually kind of genius from Kimmy's Kittens. Jar walking up A. You could tell that Batsbabe is, Hardora is a little bit curious about what's happening. They can't hear anything on Waterfall side in front of that Cosmic. Kimmy's Kittens are going to get themselves into a post
10
plant.
seconds left.
Oh, that's huge
gorgeous.
from Styron.
But they got to double down. They got to do more at the moment. Styron's 2 away from the Steel Garden as Vera plants. Does pick up the overdrive. It's a scare tactic at the moment, and Jar is going to hear all of these footsteps at the moment. Pilsky and open TP. Ooh, actually could have got away with that kill on towards Jar, but he will look to leave. And now you're waiting to see what this retake actually looks like coming out from heaven. Down towards the drop. Can't get out, unfortunately, is Vera. Rotating door tapped at the moment. Remember, it's planted over towards main. And Jar needed the duel. Does he have the timing? The line of sight is great. And on the 1-on-2, I don't think Bastade's going to be able to get this one. The timing's down, but in the net, what is he doing? Oh, Siren falls as well. There's no time. It's fine. It's whatever for the Kimmy Kittens, but those are the situations, Pilsky. You gotta be careful.
Bro was way too high in the Astro form. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just needs to relax a bit. But that's babe. Despite some heroics.
Dragging the team here.
I mean, Z11, I mean, these active lurks are really picking them apart. Jar is an absolute hero right now. Styron has been getting kills on the lurks as well. And it's like I was saying before, like the post plants aren't working for them, and Z11, they clearly have these very played out retake protocols that will work for them time and time again. It is the strength of the comp that they're running. You know, you could just util dump the site, and if you have a good enough plan, you're going to be able to retake it. And Kimmy's Kittens aware of that. Changing up the game plan, another good adaptation for them. Ops out now on the defense, though. On front B, nonetheless, looking particularly, I think, for that Vice.
Well, they don't need to worry about the economy right now because they've pushed it into overtime. You know, they were plagued by their buys time and time again, where now finally they are okay with it.
Yeah. It's going to be another one of these just straight up A rounds from Z11. Crazy Guy caught reloading the Odin or pulling out a Prowler on the site. Wayne forced off by a Prowler and a Paranoia. It's an easy site take for Z11. Continuing to put the pedal to the metal here. It wasn't really something you saw in regulation.
Oh, jump spot onto Endoist. Wants to get hungry, wants to get activated, but can't. And this dark cover, you kind of have to respect it at the moment if you're Styron. They're on an operator too, mind you. Makes things a little bit difficult coming in towards a retake. So a hot potato towards a Vandal. But again, at the end of the day, it is a 2 versus 4. You really have to just stretch your own individual strengths here.
Go, go, go!
Vera, see what he can do. Reload on the gun, but it's just the doubling up, turtling approach in towards the tree. Okay, they managed to find both, but
no
again,
time.
there's just no time.
Blade is dead. Last player standing.
He's on it.
Oh,
He's on it.
no shot.
There's no way they got
Pilski.
away with that. How has that happened? Z11,
Sides.
they've let that round slip through their fingers. This has been their game on a silver platter. But Kimmy's Kittens are stealing it right out from under them. We're witnessing highway robbery right before our eyes.
They had a beginning, a middle, and an end to how they wanted to start off that round, how they wanted to get the plant, and how they wanted to protect it at the end. How does Kimmy Kittens know the story? That is crazy.
How do you untilt from that? Oh boy. Like, make no mistake, guys. Like, Z11 has been the better team on this map this entire game. They've constantly been in man advantages. Their retakes have been fantastic. Particularly on the defense, they've looked amazing. And Kimmy's Kittens are getting away with absolute BS. They're winning with active lurks in play from the man disadvantage situation every time. Last second defuses. They're pulling out every single bloody trick in the bag to close out this series 2-0. And we'll see if Z11 can mentally recover from letting this game slip through their fingers. Like, if you're the coach here, you really just need to say, like, guys, I know that's a really tilting round, but we have been ahead in every round so far. We just need to trust our game plan and just tighten things up a little bit on the micro communication. There's nothing special that you need to win this game as Z11. That's really the truth of it.
Yeah. So Kimmy Kittens back on towards the attack at the moment. You've already got this setup from Z11 with the combo util over towards the A rubble, but not going to be able to go too far forward with it, and it'll be respected by the Kittens.
Z11 faking that A rubble take that they have been doing by tapping open the door and a little bit of pressure. Here's the front B clear from the Prowler. It is the reason you run Fade on this map. Z11 respecting that, starting to rotate back over towards this B side of the map. The spike is still in spawn though. This is simply Z11 looking for a pick and applying pressure, trying to bait out a reaction.
Well, they do so. Dark cover and a snake bite.
I have the spike.
Z11 settling into a 2-on-2. What is worrying for them in this round though, Dion, is they just have no info right now at all.
That haunt might actually bait them into a false sense of security too, but up on that radar, you can see that no one is moving from Z11.
Kimmy's Kittens, they've gotten onto C time and time again, and they're going to trust that they can do so again. Viper rotating back away. This is just a door tickle, baiting everything out, and this is perfect. Again, perfect lurking from Jar. That's opened up a window. The Vice is alone for a few more seconds here, and KK is going to pull the trigger.
Well, here we go. In towards the side if you possibly can, though you are broken up by that wall. So Bass Babe, 3-1 on towards Styron. But with 15 seconds to try and establish a plant at the moment, are you able to get it done safely? Sees on out. Bass Babe dodges it. It's a trade at the end. So you're still keeping things in favor for Z11. As another Seas does go on in. Catches Wayne.
They've consistently had the man advantage here. Haunt is there. Paranoia and the Boombot all coming in from spawn side. Can Kimmy Kittens hold in this crossfire with so many smokes active in the side? There's the Haunt, huge scan, straight through the Omen smokes. Fully blind is Wayne on the site. Vera and Enduous going 1-for-1, but it's another successful retake. Nothing special needed from Z11. Kimmy's Kittens again trying to play with the rotations, trying to play with the active lurks, and create some favorable situations for themselves.
Yeah.
And Z11 just winning with the fundamentals again and again.
Ever since the Kittens switched this lurk from Styron on towards Jar, they've been getting a lot more value from it at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jar, he is kind of winning them the game right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he is one of the main reasons why they're competitive in this game.
Well, they are back on towards this defensive side and wanting this Odin AWP setup again.
Yep. Z11 going out A. No reason not to. They've been winning the A fight every day of the week and tracing the traces through the Viper wall. Wayne is lucky to be alive as well. How many man advantages are you going to get as the Thai squad? Just so easy to come by them.
Seen a couple of times in this map already with Crazy Guy shooting a Vandal, this time an Odin. You know, these are the trackable guns through the smokes.
I mean, yeah, it's like TAC FPS 101. If you're close to the smoke and you have a gun with tracers, it is really not that hard to figure out where you're shooting that from.
Yeah. There's a
So-
chance for Vera here.
Yeah, he could definitely pick them on the rotation. He's got it on a much deeper line this time. That's not an easy shot if there's a jump up, and he isn't going to hit it, unfortunately. And as a result, Z11, they're going to feel like they've lost a lot of map control and pull the trigger.
Oh, Jar could be the linchpin yet again. There's the first one. Can he get anything more? Good trade, actually, from Wayne there. 3-on-3. Showstopper on in Endois. He's going to get absolutely clotheslined, and little by little, Kimmy Kittens, they're back in towards this round. It's a 2 versus 1. Enough time to get a plant here from Hardora. But where do you want to try and play this setup from? A little bit of a cross. You spot out Star on Vera on the operator. They don't swing together, but there's enough of a wide peek out for a trade.
How many showstoppers is Jar going to deny? Gets 2 there.
You're welcome.
Just absolutely hard carrying this game for Kimmy's Kittens. The amount of value that this man is getting is
Switching
ridiculous.
Match point.
Such a standout in the Filipino scene. In a bit of a duelist convert over into the Senti role, and it's just, this is the duelist aim, man.
Yeah.
So sharp, so fast. And then Kimmy's Kittens just trusting the fundamentals to close out that 2-on-1. Z11 once again facing elimination from Challengers SCA right now. Need to come up with the goods. Gonna go for the A fight early on. Kimmy's Kittens once again creeping up front side B. It's Fast Babe to defend.
Yeah, well, we're going to go in towards this B side at the moment, or maybe not. Draw out the utility. Good reactive snake spite from Bass Babe. But again, we already saw this in the previous round from the Kimmy Kittens. They wanted to bait out this early B util and then settle.
Could see Z11 wants to isolate that lurk. The Rays and the Omen have been holding for quite a while. Killsy spotted on Heaven's side. They know where the fade is. Rays heading over to front B, but paint shells have already been expended to take that A side.
Going on in though. Good little spam onto Killsy. That's going to push him off, going for another duel at the moment. There's Vera sleuths on top of Plat. He might actually be able to do something dastardly at the moment. Here are the kills coming on through. Still holding advantage are the Kittens, and this is where Jar on the lurk. Look at it. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Bass Babe and Hardora now. They started at C. But it might all be a bit of a fever dream. An effort that was so good from Z11 on this map to hold control, to push us in a lead, to lose it at the very end.
After such a phenomenal group stage, this will be a disappointing series for Z11. Did not get anything done on Bind. I felt like they were the much better team here on Lotus with a lot of magic and adaptations coming in from Kimmy's Kittens. It was enough to get them across the line. Vera's going to hit the deck. They're just playing the timer. There's no reason to overcomplicate this one as Kimmy's Kittens. Bradwell going to come out buying a little bit more time. And of course, it's Jar to put the nail in the coffin. Z11 knocked out of Challengers SCA, and Kimmy's Kittens will go a little bit deeper in the lower bracket to try to tee up a couple of rematches.